Every organized crime group has its own origin story. Some, with ancient roots, carry old traditions through a century or more. Others spring up on street corners and change as fast as the names can be painted on alley walls. And some, like this one, start off as sports fans. The Mob Reporter here with news of rabid fans of football clubs in Poland that move from game day hooliganism to straight up international crime gangs. More evidence came this week with raids and arrests in Poland and Spain of international drug traffickers who are leaders of a group of rabid football fans that escalated its outlaw penchant for mayhem far beyond the stadiums they profess to love. Most European countries take their football seriously. This is the football that some call soccer. Some fans are more off-kilter in their devotion than others. English fans were leaders in turning sport into violent fanaticism, giving us two terms, both football hooligan, meaning the men more interested in brawling than enjoying the beautiful game, and firm, the name given to organizations of hooligans that were essentially street gangs. When the Iron Curtain of Soviet domination fell, Western culture washed over Poland in waves, for good and for ill. Many of the already tough and intense fans of Poland's football clubs took a liking to the English model of organized hooliganism. Most games featured pitch invasions, fights with police, and rumbles between rival firms. In Krakow, Poland's second largest city, fans of its two leading professional football teams, Wisła Kraków and Cracovia, hardened into rival firms. When the two Krakow teams played each other, it's not called a rivalry, it's called holy war. Leading firms from each club became outright gangs. When the various firms for teams around Poland agreed to stop using weapons in their brawls, the two Krakow teams declined to join the pact. Their battles became real horror shows. More recently, stricter policing reduced stadium violence, and some firms found another outlet for their true passions, crime and chaos. The firms became bona fide organized crime groups, and police began tampering them down. Over the last few years, there have been several raids and arrests linked by police to the hooligan firms of Krakow. Some of the raids turned up evidence of their football game roots, such as flares and balaclavas used at matches and rumbles. Others just evidence of run-of-the-mill crime. A big break for police came when some of the arrested members agreed to snitch, telling investigators what they and their friends had been up to, and it wasn't just punch-ups and local shenanigans. A joint police operation in Europe was announced this week with arrests in Poland and Spain. 13 people were arrested, 4 of them described as kingpins. Among those arrested in Spain, for example, was a leader of one of Cracovia's most notorious hooligan firms. Police say the gang had been running a large-scale drug operation for almost a decade, dealing mainly in hashish, cocaine, and marijuana. They moved drugs across borders in hidden compartments in vehicles and concealed in shipped goods. In collaboration with an Albanian-speaking group, they moved their product through Spain, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, England, and of course Poland. Over the 3 or so years of the ongoing targeting, more than 70 people with links to the football firms have been arrested. In May 2018, in Poland's south, a huge police operation targeting hooligan firms arrested 41 people. They were accused of crimes including murder, robberies, extortion, kidnapping, and drug crimes. Even premises of one of the football clubs were raided. In January 2019 came more raids, with Polish police arresting members of firms from different clubs who were accused of fights and beatings, robberies, and burglaries. There were even charges of participating in an organized criminal group. A month later, more members were charged with trying to threaten and intimidate witnesses who were testifying against their comrades who were arrested earlier. This past September, yet another sweep hit firm members in several cities with clear evidence of their evolution from football fanatics to successful gangsters. Investigators seized 4 cannabis plantations with thousands of plants, 3.5 tons of cannabis, 1.4 tons of hashish. They seized guns, dozens of machetes, knives, pepper spray, along with 11 stolen vehicles and the equivalent of $3.5 million in bank assets and real estate. Police alleged that stretching back to 2011, they moved more than 15 tons of marijuana worth more than $100 million. Also found in the raids was evidence they were trying to profit from the pandemic. In a warehouse used by one of the leaders, police say they found a large quantity of medical supplies, including surgical masks, quick tests for COVID-19, and swabs for PCR tests, which the gang had smuggled from China. It all seems a long way from cheering on a local football team in southern Poland. But such is the crazy world of organized crime. Thanks for watching.